So this is a spot where you'll often find local surfers, believe it or not, right here in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Hey everybody, it's Chris, and today we are in Narragansett, Rhode Island, on the south coast of Rhode Island. This is a neat place to visit, especially in the summer. I'm shooting this in late May and on a weekday, so I pretty much have the place to myself. That's not really true. There's a lot of people here, but you come here in the summer, especially on a weekend, and this place is mobbed. So what we're looking at right now is a really interesting story. This is what we call the Narragansett Towers. At one point, this was part of a huge mega complex that extended where we're looking now. It burned to the ground like 100 years ago. In fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you a photo I'll find on Google of this place 100 years ago. And note the towers are still standing because they are stone, and we're gonna get up close to them. So Narragansett has been a playground for tourists for over a century, hence the building of that massive structure we saw from an old photo, and now this is just vacant parkland. No one can build on that. If they could, they would, believe me. I love this fountain. But the reason why Narragansett is such a popular place, especially in the summer, is because we're right on the ocean. So let's cross the street. This is Ocean Road we're on right now, after we pass through the towers. This is now, I believe, available for rent. So you can have a meeting here, a wedding, a bridal shower. I've never been in there. That's the local Chamber of Commerce. Not a bad place to have a Chamber of Commerce. And this is called the Coast Guard House, this restaurant, because it was at one point an actual Coast Guard house. So this is cool how people come and build these. I forgot what they call these little stone towers, but isn't this awesome? Some of them get really high. And this is what we call the seawall. So I'm in Narragansett today and I'm shooting 3 videos, the one you're watching now and 2 others. One will be at an awesome place called Black Point just down the road, and the other one will be at Point Judith, also just down the road. The road being this road, Ocean Road, is a neat place to walk along, especially in the nicer weather. And all of this parking that you can see that's vacant, it's all free, which is amazing to me that the municipality here in the town of Narragansett doesn't charge for parking, but that's a different story. But it's free, and all of these spots will be full in the summer, especially on a weekday. Oh, this is cool. Huh. And facing the ocean, you notice it's not a lot of commercial stuff here. It's not a lot of restaurants and bars and whatnot, as you'll see in many beach towns. It's either residential or boutique hotels. Oh, this is something that's pretty cool. I want to point out something there, but the smaller hotels are in abundance here. I shouldn't say in abundance, but there's quite a few of them. But this is awesome. As a James Bond fan, I always wondered what the deal is with this. Moonraker. That guy's gotta be a James Bond fan, right? So if you're new to the channel, I just moved to Rhode Island from Niagara Falls, New York. I'm a native Rhode Islander who moved away back in the early 1990s and finally returned home just this year. I live about a half an hour drive from Narragansett, but in the state of Rhode Island, everything is so close, right? It's, I think, 45 miles east to west, 55 miles north to south, I believe. But it's a neat place, especially in the summer. This channel started out as a moto vlog, chronicling my adventures on my motorcycle. Now it chronicles my adventures without the motorcycle. So we wander around cool and interesting places. So if you're into seeing and discovering new places, you might want to subscribe to the channel. Now that's not a bad place to spend the night, huh? Have breakfast at one of those tables. So the next video from Black Point will be a cool video because it's a neat place to visit. It's a neat place to wander around, and there's an awesome old estate that's dilapidated now, but there's a There's parts of the structure that are still standing with a real interesting history. And then the video after that at Point Judith, well, if you like lighthouses, you're going to want to see that one. Rhode Island, for its small size, has a lot of coastline. I want to say a few hundred miles of coastline. But not all of it is like true ocean coastline as we're seeing here. Much of it is that way in what we call Narragansett Bay, which has a ton of coves and inlets and whatnot that make our coastline so much longer than you would think just by looking on a map. So at the other end of the seawall where we started the video, there was the Coast Guard house, and at this end, the seawall ends at another restaurant called Monahan's, which is dead ahead. Great place for seafood. I'm not a seafood guy, but they have some things that I will eat. But if you like seafood, just a great place. If you like this visit to Narragansett, please hit that like button. If you have any comments on anything we saw, anything we talked about, please comment. If you're not a subscriber to the channel and you're interested in visiting cool and interesting places, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next video, have a great day. Bye-bye.